Hi, Tony here again from Bathroom Spare Parts. Today we're going to look at the very interesting conundrum about hot and cold cartridges. Right, let's start with early taps. The old-fashioned, what they call full turn. And by full turn, as you can see, they're not quarter turn, you turn and turn and turn. Now these, I've undone this one earlier so we can see, sit on their washer valves that sit on a seating inside that tap that makes the seal. So as you can see, this one's fully open. So the washer, as you turn, you can see the washer goes down and eventually sits on the seating. Again, open. Now as you can see, these are standard. All these taps will do, because of the style of this washer barrel moving up and down on a thread, they'll always be the same. Every time you go to one of these taps, full turn, it'll turn off clockwise and it'll open anti-clockwise. So when we come to these taps with quarter turn valves, I think we should be mimicking these taps. So they should have valves that shut clockwise off, anti-clockwise on in both taps, because they're designed to look like these old-fashioned taps. So I've always thought they should work like these old-fashioned taps. These are the standard sort of cartridges, as you can see, marked red, blue and red. Now that is nothing to do with hot and cold. All that does is tell us which way the valve turns. So the blue one shuts off clockwise, the red one shuts off anti-clockwise. So it's the direction these shut off is what these mark. So people get very confused and say, I want a cold tap or I want a hot tap. They see these colours and buy them, but it's all dependent on your valve heads and how you want them to work and how you want the valves to work. So in this case, like we said about mimicking this was a clockwise close, clockwise close. My view is, if you had a pair of these taps, you'd want a pair of these valves. You want them both going the same way. What we'll do now, we'll pop down to our showroom and I can show you on various taps how this really works and how you've got some choices. Right, so this is interesting. This is a lever bath tap. So we can now look at, let's take it in the position it's in at the moment, which we're going to take as off. So if you are turning this on, clockwise, open, anti-clockwise, open. Now, another scenario, some people want their handles like that, to be closed, and then to open, anti-clockwise open, clockwise open, the complete reverse. So as we said, it's the valves. It's not blue, red, hot, cold. It is clockwise close, anti-clockwise close. Right, this is another example. We might as well do a few with the levers because a lot of it seems to be personal choice. Again, this is how a lot of the brochures have these taps in this position as off. So again, this would be cold and hot, but the valves, this one, to open, clockwise, anti-clockwise to open, anti-clockwise close, clockwise close. Again, same as the traditional tap we did earlier. You might want your handles like that when you start. So that's in the off position, anti-clockwise open, clockwise open. It is personal, but always anti-clockwise or clockwise. Here we have some crossheads. These are both off, we'll call them at the moment. So to turn this on, anti-clockwise, clockwise close, anti-clockwise open. This one should be the same. Anti-clockwise open, clockwise close. So these are the same when you turn them off and on. Here's some more crossheads on a monoblock. These are quite interesting. Again, this is in the off position. So this one, anti-clockwise open, clockwise close. This one, clockwise open, anti-clockwise close. Right, this is an interesting tap. I think the consensus of opinion here is that looks nice like that in the off position. I don't think you would have it like that, but looking at it, I think you can have it either way. It is a personal choice again. So we thought we'd ask people out of interest what they thought about the options. There's only two options, but sometimes I look at it and not sure what I prefer. This is quite clean along the lines like that. That looks nice. But then that with that coming forward, I think that looks quite nice as well. It really is personal. And this is the difficulty about advising what valve goes where, because when you do this sort of thing, it's where the customer leaves their valves, their handles, I beg your pardon. And obviously dependent on where their handles are the types of valves you have to put in it. If you'd like to send your comment, we really would be interested. So let's call this A, position A. Let's call that position B. And we'll find out what the general public think.